Today I'm going to show you guys how to upload your own custom rides, custom workouts into Zwift. First thing we want to do is go to a website, ZWO Factory.com, and this is where we'll be building our workout. In this website, you want to go down to settings, and you want to make sure that you load your FTP. And if you're a cinch athlete, what we want to do is make it match your threshold number. And if you open a recent workout, scroll down to the bottom, you should be able to find your zones. And what we're looking for here is your high threshold. So mine's at 445. We're going to make sure that's the number that matches up in this box, and hit save settings. There's a couple of other settings in here you can play around with if you want to try to explore and find some different options. But for now, we'll just hit save settings so our FTP is accurate. And then we're going to recreate a workout I did earlier this week. We can just go ahead and do this one. This was a 2-hour workout, 15-minute warm-up. And so we're going to start building that in ZWO Factory. First thing I like to do is name the workout, and I usually use the name of the workout that Cinch provides, so Transform Foundation. And then I'll sometimes put the date in. We're a little bit limited on the number of characters we can put in the title, but something that you'll be able to find when you're looking for your workout later. So I'm going to call this one Transform Demo. You can add a description and some other features in here if you want, but for now we're just going to get going. So these blocks are how we actually build the workouts, and they kind of predefine some zones when you click on these, and they'll show up down here when we build. This one is a free ride, and that's what we're going to use for our warm-up. So there's no power number in this segment, in this block. And right now it's set for 10 minutes long, but we need to make ours 15 minutes. So it's 900 seconds. These are seconds. And then we're going to get into our monster medium. So for me, that's going to be 278 watts for 40 minutes. So we're going to pick this block, and it needs to be 278 watts. So I'm going to drop this down a little bit to 62. Pretty close. We're at 276. And then this needs to be 40 minutes. Catching me off guard with my math. .2400 seconds is the magic number. So then you can see this block is much longer. That represents 40 minutes at 276 watts, which is the prescribed wattage for my monster medium. Next we have some standing 2040s, and these are 2 minutes long, and there's going to be 6 of them. So it's 20 seconds at 445, and then 40 seconds at 356. To do that, we're going to use this interval tool. So by default, it loads 3 intervals, and I'm going to set mine to 2 because we're going to make these 2 minutes long, and it's going to be, the first part of the interval is going to be 20 seconds, the second part is going to be 40 seconds. So we'll change this to 20 seconds, this one to 40 seconds. This power needs to be 445. That's 100% of my threshold. And then this one was 356, which is my low threshold number. So we have one of the 2-minute intervals complete here. And then I also noticed that these are supposed to be standing and at low cadence, 50 RPMs. So I'm going to add a cadence number in, set cadence for the selected segments. This is segment 1 and segment 2, and this is going to be 50 and 50. And then you can also add some notes. So we're going to add a text note. So this will show up on the screen as this interval starts. And just a reminder, it's going to be standing is what I'm going to tell myself. And one thing I forgot to do is we have a little bit of recovery between these couple of intervals. So I'm going to add another free ride in here. And let's see what was supposed to be 5 minutes recovery between these. So we'll make this 300 seconds. And then these buttons control the actual block that you're on. You can move them around. So I'm going to bump that one back. And then we're going to have, back to our 2 minute interval here, we have 6 by 2 minutes. So we need 6 of those. And there's 2 minutes recovery between them. So I'm going to take that one. This is a duplicate tool. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to add my rest for 2 minutes free ride. And I'm going to duplicate that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then using these tools, I'll bump those back to where they belong. So I'm just moving these around a little bit to create that recovery in between the intervals. Like so. Let's go back to our workout, see what's next. Now we have a mini monster medium. So 12 minutes at 288. And we'll just do another blue block here. 289 is pretty close, so that's pretty accurate. And then this is 12 minutes, so 720 seconds. So there's our mini monster medium, and that's it for the workout. I'm going to add, we've got a little bit more time. This is our running time. I'm going to add another free ride after that just to kind of cool down. And we'll make it 15 minutes, which puts us pretty close to our 2 minute goal for the workout. If you wanted to add more time on, you can obviously add more free ride, or you could increase the recovery between these intervals to achieve that full time. But for now, that's what we're going to do. Then what I want you to do is we're going to save this to my workouts down here. And this basically just saves a copy of this code in your browser cache. So if you clear your cache, all your workouts will be gone. But if you're always using the same browser and you don't clear your cache for this website, you can go to My Workouts and see this workout. And maybe you want to load it and modify it and make a new workout. Some other things you can do, you can create a URL if you want to share this with somebody so they can do the same workout as you're doing. They just need to put in the threshold number that is appropriate for them. So like if we look at this block, this is 65% of whatever the threshold number is that you put in your settings. And then what we're going to do is download this ZWO file. And this is what Zwift will use to load your workout in the Zwift program. And when I hit download, we're going to drop it in Documents, Zwift, Workouts. And then there's going to be a unique number. This number correlates with my Zwift account. So your number will be different. If you have multiple users using your Zwift software, say you and your wife or your husband share a computer and you have 2 accounts on there, you'll see 2 different folders with 2 different numbers. One's for you and one's for your spouse or your kid or whoever's using the other account. But we want to open that, and you can see some of the workouts I've created recently in December. And right here's the file name that we put in earlier in our ZWO Factory. And I'm just going to save that. And then from there, we are going to launch Zwift. Okay, now we're in Zwift. We're just going to skip pairing our devices for now. We don't need that. Once you've loaded Zwift, it should import your workouts and upload them to their servers. So whenever you log into Zwift on another device, all your workouts will be in one place. We'll go up to the Workouts tab, go to Custom, and here you'll see all of the workouts that I've created in December. We saw those in Windows Explorer a little bit ago. And here is the Transform demo workout that I just created. Here you can see a preview of the workout. You can see what I have set in Zwift as my FTP. It's my high threshold number, 445. You want to make sure that's the same as what you set your threshold number as when you were in ZWO Factory. From there, we'll hit workout. And for this demo, we're just going to skip pairing, and we'll go straight into the jungle circuit because it's the first world. Okay, so we're in Zwift now. As you can see, our workout loaded. It's on the left of your screen. Transform Demo is the title, and you can see the interval steps below that. We'll start off with a 15-minute free ride for our warm-up, and if you look in the middle of the screen, you can see that that has a little bar that's going to count down for the 15 minutes, and it'll progress across the top as the time counts down. And then when we get into our 6 by 2 minute intervals, we've added in some special features where we're going to show a targeted power as well as targeted cadence, and then there's also that special message we put in to stand up during those efforts. As you progress through all these, if you are within a good a range of the power and cadence, you'll get a star next to each of the intervals. And down here at the bottom of our workout screen, you can see so far we have 0 to 17 stars. The more stars you get, the quicker you get drips or points, XP points in the game, and that will help your level rise quicker. So that's it from here. If you guys have questions, I'm Matt Tanner with Straight Super Fuel, and you can reach me at info@straightfuel.com or leave a comment in the notes below. Have a great ride.